Hello everyone, I hope that you are all well and welcome back to another budget Laos travel vlog. Now today's episode is all about Phonsavan. You may have heard of it before. It is home to the Plain of Jars UNESCO World Heritage Site. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing the best place to stay in Phonsavan, the best Plain of Jars tour to take, some other things you can do in Phonsavan, and my favourite places to eat. I hope you enjoy the video and let's start off with a tour of my accommodation. Do you like the key? Recognize that? Okay, so I have got a bungalow while I'm staying here, but there are also rooms and there's even a dorm, and I might check them out later. But if you've been watching my videos, you will know that I have not been very well. So when I got to Phonsavan, I had quite a few days of where I just really relaxed and tried to get over this terrible cold that I had. I chose a bungalow because I wanted that space between me and other people because I had such a terrible cough and I was coughing through the night. And also while I'm editing the videos, I just wanted a bit more privacy or didn't want people to hear me as much. So I've gone for a bungalow and here it is. There is a massive bed. It is so comfortable. It's really soft, which in my experience is not very common in Laos. And some nice big pillows. There's a couple of duvets and you can always ask for more blankets if you get cold. There is a table and some chairs, some shelves. I love this on the front door to stop the mosquitoes coming in, so you can keep the front door open. There's a couple of windows looking out to the beautiful garden. There's a coat rack and also a pole with hangers to hang your stuff. Some more shelves over there. There's also a private bathroom with a toilet, sink, shower, mirror, shelf. And the best thing about this bathroom is there is very hot water. There's also a fan. And there's a couple of lights, the main light and then these above the bed lights with a dimmer switch and plenty of plug sockets. Okay, I'll show you more of the guest house later on, but first of all, I've got to have breakfast. And earlier this morning, I went to the market and I got some really good food. Now, normally I don't have breakfast very early, so I have bought stuff to take with me on the tour when I get a bit hungry later. But I have been eating one of these. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think it's some kind of fruit that has been fried on a barbecue, and it was originally a triangle, quite a large one. And then it's just put inside this banana leaf so that I can carry it. And it's really good. And I also have a load of other stuff. Various fried things. And this came to, in total, it was 15,000 kip. Okay, I need to finish this triangle and then get ready for the tour.
Laos Secret War, because right today just honest about 99%, 90 or 95% of people, special people from Europe.
Okay, so Kong has just given a bit of an explanation of what we're going to do on the tour, and also a little bit of an explanation about this area and the different people living here. And now we're going to get on the bus. And off we go. So we're now driving to the visitor centre. That's the first stop on this tour. And I do just want to mention that I've actually done this tour before, a couple of months ago, and many, many years ago. And the purpose of this video is not to give you all the information. You should come here and you should do the tour with Kong yourself. But I do just want to give you a kind of idea of what the tour is like, so that you can get a sense of what the tour is about, how long it's going to last, and what's included. And also, we're very lucky today that we are in the big green bus, because there are so many tourists that wanted to do the tour today. Instead of using Kong's other van, we're actually in this big green one.
everyone from 1964 around 1968, 24th of November, then who hiding in that cave, just living there forever, because the US, they get the new people hiding inside there, then they just shoot the missile to kill everyone. Why I try to explain you about this? Because in Laos we don't open the border for tourists long time ago, just by 1999.
So we're here at the information centre. It's kind of on the way to the first jar site. Kong's told us a little bit more about the history and been feeding us a little bit of information with more to come that we'll find out in the next place. And in the info centre there's a lot of information about different things, about the Secret War, but also some stuff about culture as well, and the silk that's used. So it's really fascinating stuff, definitely worth a visit.
So someone in picture or photo, don't worry, the end of explanation I will give the time for you to walk around to take some more picture. But now just more explanation to heating, to break the gunpowder inside to easy to get the gunpowder out. That's the reason why every single bomb have the skid marking happen on body. Now we are here. You see Siang Kwang of Phonsavan. I explained you about we are like a border between community side and king side. I always say the same thing, the real thing what we feeling. I just honest, we happy to see tourists from everywhere around the world. Even the tourists from US, we never angry with them. American people, they are same like you are. 98.5% of them, they are same like you are. They don't know about what happened in Laos.
So Kong's just explained so much information. He talked about why this war started in the first place, how much happened during these years. He talked about the bombs that were used. He showed us the different types of bombs and explained how they would go off or why some of them didn't go off. He explained about the money that could be made from the bombs that didn't go off and why there are so many accidents and who those accidents affect. And he also talked about the Hmong tribe or Hmong tribe and what their involvement in the Secret War was. Really fascinating stuff. He's just a fountain of knowledge. The guy absolutely loves to learn everything he can about the Secret War and the Plain of Jars. Now I think we're just going to take a few photos of the bombs around here and then we're going to be going off to our next destination.
Now we are in the area of Jar Saiwan, but before we walk around up there with the jar, first every one of you have 20 or 25 minutes go inside of that building to get some idea what they using the jar for.
So we've just arrived at Jar Site 1 and this is the ticket office where you'd get your tickets, but all the tickets, entrance tickets are included on this tour. Plus we're going to get lunch and we've got a bottle of water as well. So we're just going to go and check out the museum in here, which gives us a bit of information about the actual Plain of Jar sites and what the Plain of Jars are or what people think they could have been for.
So, by the way, everyone, can you look little on the right hand side of us? You see the big Buddha? That's the new Buddha. But now we can see this is the biggest Buddha in Laos. That they are 38 meters tall. But if one Indian can finish, this will be not the biggest. One Indian can is 54 meters. Yeah. But
So we just got a lift on this electric buggy up to the beginning of Jar Site 1. And Kong was saying that not so many years ago it wasn't really safe to walk outside of the path because it hadn't been cleared by bombs.
Good foundation. Make sure they don't broken in between. Of course, if some family they do the same.
So we've just visited the first part of Jar Site 1, which has the largest jar, 15 tons. And we also can see where the jars came from, which is somewhere back here. We're now going to go down to the cave and have a look at that. And if you can't tell, it is very hot here. I've had to put my hair up. And Kong always tells everyone, repeatedly, bring sun cream, because it's very hot when you're out in the open like this.
6-7 meters. And you see the hole in the top of the hill or in the top of the cave.
So many jars. Some of them are broken, some of them are a little bit off to the side. Kong is constantly making jokes, which is really great in a tour that has so much information. I mean, he tells us so much. And he did talk about that, how local legend believes that these jars were filled with whiskey, and at the end of the year they had a big party and everyone was a little bit drunk, and that's why they're a little bit squiff.
This is one of interesting jar, but even you really in this jar, but you still not easy to get to see what is interesting. If you don't get what is special, I will tell you.
Okay, so we've just finished Jar Site 1. We're going to start walking back down. We're now on top of this hill with some incredible views. This behind here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's absolutely stunning. And then we've got the back of the Buddha somewhere around here, I think. It is so hot, and I think everyone is feeling a little bit hungry. So we are now heading off to have our lunch, which is included in the ticket price, in the tour price. Okay, we're back on the bus and we've just finished our lunch. Very nice fried vegetables with beef, rice and an egg. and a drink also. And now we are off to another one of the jar sites.
And these bridges made out of concrete.
But now we don't see anyone. Got the time of them sleep. They are very dry. That's the one of the reasons why when you see the cow, the buffalo, they're very skinny. Because of course they have the food but no any protein.
Oh, bless you, cow. Okay, we've finished site number 3 because we're doing 1, 3 and then 2. And we're just heading down the hill now. Kong has said one of his jokes.
First question is where they come from.
And I was waiting to get everyone's laughter. But in the end I missed it because I wasn't sure when the punchline was going to happen. But it made people smile. Okay, we're back on the bus and we're off to site 2.
Butterfly.
So this is really a very magical place. Just looking out at all the valleys and the mountains and the fields, that's so beautiful. But when you're walking amongst the site, there's this light that comes through the trees and you're crunching through the leaves and it's just such a magical atmosphere. You know, these jars are so old. What would it have been like back when the people that made them were alive? And then the sun is setting and it's just so beautiful. And you know, you think about what Laos has been through with the Secret War and lots of other things in their history, but the Secret War was just so outrageous. And then you just think about how lovely the Lao people are and how rich the country is of culture and history. And it really today really has been a day where I've really tried to be present and think. And I also think the sites kind of do that to you anyway. You can't help but think. Okay, I'm going to watch the sunset. And that is the end of the tour, and I cannot recommend it enough. It's a full day. It starts at about 8:45 in the morning so that you can have a briefing before you actually set off at 9. And you'll finish around about sunset, which is about 5 till 6, maybe even 7. All the entrance tickets are included, plus you get lunch and a drink at a local restaurant. There's water available throughout the day. The transport's included with Kong's minibus or his van. The sites are quite far away from each other, so it does take a bit of time to get to and from the sites. And then obviously there is the amazing tour guide, Mr. Kong. He is so passionate and so knowledgeable about the sites and also the history of Laos. He answered all of our questions, even though there was quite a lot of us on the tour that day. And he also took a load of photos of us so that we had some souvenirs. And there are loads of other things that you can do in Phonsavan. There is the Mag Museum, which is completely free, and that's on several floors, and that talks about the impact of the unexploded bombs in the region and the organisation that clear those bombs. There's a lot of stuff to look at in there, a lot of stuff to read, and there's also like a cinema room which shows a few short films as well. And there's the Provincial Museum, which I think talks about the history and the culture of the region. But unfortunately there was a power cut when I went to go and visit it, so I didn't actually get to look inside. But I was told that there are films in there also. And another place to go and visit is the Mulberry Silk Farm, but unfortunately I didn't have enough time to go and visit that. There's also a ton of places to go and eat. My favourites were the market, a restaurant called Simile, which is very popular with tourists and really cheap, but unfortunately it was closed when I went to go and film it. There are a ton of bakeries and cafes. My favourite bakery is called Sweet Home Bakery. They have absolutely amazing pastries, croissants, muffins. But unfortunately during this trip she was on holiday, so I can't show you that either. And my favourite thing to have for breakfast was ban corn. I'm sorry if I haven't pronounced that correctly. It's a Vietnamese dish, and there's a woman and I think her family that have a little restaurant a little bit further up on the street. But again, when I went to go and film it, it was closed. I think there might have been a Vietnamese or some kind of holiday during those days. And I have got to mention Kongkeo Guesthouse again. I was so comfortable in my bungalow and I absolutely love the whole place. There's a large area where you can hang out, you can get free instant coffee, and in the evenings or during the day, you can sit around the fire and chat to all the other guests and Kong and his family. There's also a fridge which is stocked with beer, so you can buy it there. And if you want to get food from a restaurant or cafe in Phonsavan, get a takeaway and then bring it back to Kong's, you can eat it around the fire. Yes, that is a bomb fire pit. I was really comfortable working there, or you could swing in one of the hammocks and enjoy a beer. And they've really made the whole place really beautiful. There are so many plants and they look after them very well. And there's even this water feature. Okay. I was going to ask you, what's your favourite colour? This one's like...
This more nature.
Yeah.
But this also
Yeah. One of my favourite things to do when I was there was to grab a coffee in the morning and then go up to the balcony and watch the sunrise every morning as it peaked up behind the mountains. And I'd also try and watch the sunset every day, and that's outside the front of Kong's. And sometimes there was other stuff to watch too. So yeah, I absolutely love Phonsavan and I think everyone should come here. They should stay at Kongkeo Guesthouse and also do the tour with Kong. I'm going to finish this video here and leave you with some of my thoughts from my last trip to Phonsavan late in 2025. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Although I have agreed to move on tomorrow because a couple of other guys that I've met are also going to the same place, I also feel like my time here is not over. Whether that means I come back later on in this trip or whether I come back sometime in the next year or two, I don't know. That I will definitely be coming back to Phonsavan and definitely to Kongkeo Guesthouse. Kong, his wife, their kids, they're incredibly nice people, and I want to get to know them a little bit more. So hopefully I will be able to show you a little bit more another time. But until then, Come to Phonsavan. It's worth it.
Not until long, not anymore.
Yeah. Lars, could you just move a little bit to the left because I'm filming the
I
sunset.
Nike shoes. Look at the sun.
Actually, you know what? That's a great. I hope your Nike shoes are in there because that will make me laugh.
Everything is over there.
I'm quite sure.
I'm quite sure. But anyway, there's no
The
sun.
real, this
So, I don't mind.
990,000. But when I count, this should be 3, you know.